talk radio that everywhere I'm put in a market, even on a smaller station, I will defeat everyone. And I just got in the last month, I don't know, 2 different stations that came in. One of them is in a top 20 market. Up against Rush Limbaugh, one station went from, number 6 to number 1. Number 1. I was on the station 2 months, and in 2 months, the station went from way down the rankings to number 1 against Rush Limbaugh. And I'm just going to have Ted get with the ad agencies and get the numbers ourselves, because Ted's a great guy. But I'm even doing this on air so that it becomes a larger issue, so that we actually act like a radio network and get the ratings, and the fact that that's the holy grail of talk radio. It's the holy grail of radio. That you have a talk show host that you can take and put on a smaller station, and in a matter of months go from nowhere to number 1. That is the holy grail of talk radio. And that's the reason that Talk Radio Network, the second biggest network out there, records my show every single day and has it sent to executives. I have that from inside Talk Radio Network. They syndicate folks like Savage and others. The truth is, I will dominate and I will beat and I will annihilate in the ratings anybody that I go up against if I can be put in the NASCAR. I can take the junkiest car on the track with the least amount of money in it every time. If you let me on the track, if you put me on the track, I will dominate. But I have to be allowed on the track. And basically what happens is, for 15, 16 years, I've been winning every time I'm let on the track. And the establishment is all fully aware of this, and the radio executives and consultants are all aware of it. But it's a big secret. And Genesis just can't sit there and count on the fact that this is known in the industry. We have to get this information to the radio stations in the markets out there so that I can reach more people and we can try to save this country. There's no doubt if I was on 650 radio stations like Rush Limbaugh, we would turn this country around in 1 month. There's absolutely no doubt of it. And I just start thinking back over the years. When I was on KJFK here in Austin, back when it was talk radio, they were paying $300,000 a year. You have to pay to get Howard Stern on. One of the only shows you have to actually pay for. The others you all share radio spots with them, network and local spots. They were paying $300,000. I forget the exact number. It was over $300,000 to him. Plus he got part of the commercials. And in '96, they put me on a Saturday night, and 6 months later, it was one of the highest rated shows in that slot, number 1 in talk radio. It was beaten by the music. Some of the books came out later, and I was beating everything in town. Number 1. Not just in 1 or 2 key demographics, but across the board. So they said, well, we better put you on Sunday, too, since people like you. Then I will give you a weeknight show, 7 to 9 o'clock. And when I wasn't preempted by sports, we shot up very high, number 2, number 3, every book and every demographic. And here I was in many demographics beating Howard Stern, who was on in the morning. Now, then the 2 radio guys had left to go on to better pastures, who had hired me at that station from watching me on Access TV, and they brought in some guys who never really worked much in radio, and they got very upset by my ratings. They got very threatened by it, and basically said, you're going to stop talking bad about the government or you're fired. And I said, I can't do that, so they fired me, I don't know, it was 6 weeks later or so, and really enjoyed themselves and said, you're out of radio, ha, ha, ha. And I laughed at them. I said, I'm doing a show already from my house on ISDN on more than 10 stations. They said, no, you're not, you liar. You're not on the radio. And I've always had to deal with this, that I don't exist and that I don't dominate and that we're not number 1. I am number 1. And you put me up against anybody on a frequency even half as powerful, within 6 months to a year, I will be number 1, period, anywhere you put me on the radio. And you know why? Because people, even if they're dumbed down, have good instincts, good guts. And anybody listening to this radio show in your gut knows I'm absolutely 100% hardcore real, and there's no teleprompters here, and I believe exactly what I say, and I do what I say I'm going to do. And that's what people want. And it's a parallel to Ron Paul. He's number one in New Hampshire, number 2 in the Iowa straw poll, winning all the other major scientific polls, number 1, number 2, or number 3. Has massive support. Every political analyst that's been honest has said for 2 years he's the only guy that can beat Barack Obama. The Republican leadership is a complete joke. And what happened last Friday after he won the debate, hands down, in Iowa? Totally dominated it. Had the people standing ovations. The talk show questioners, the host of the show were attacking Paul. All the other political hyenas were attacking the lion out there. And everybody saw it. And so what happened Friday? All the big neocon talk show hosts came out and literally attacked Ron Paul and said he was basically the devil and would destroy America. When they're the people that ensured that mainline rhinos who are for carbon taxes, big government, all these wars, torture, into the Bill of Rights, warrantless wiretapping, you guys have made sure that they stayed in power and that there was no real challenger to Barack Obama so he could get in power. And here's Ron Paul, right about everything across the board, never compromised, the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And here you are, coming out and going after him, joining CNN and others, saying Ron Paul can't win, putting out that false mantra. It's the same thing. You give Ron Paul a fair shake, you line him up with the rest of the horses, he will absolutely stomp every one of them into the ground, just like I will. Because it's not Ron Paul, it's not Alex Jones. It's the message of liberty.
They're poisoning the water with fluoride. They're spraying the air with heavy metals. Why and what can you do to defend your family?